Jason Sidney Blackwater, and I'm here with the Wolf, the Dawn, the dark-skinned Jesus, dark-skinned Savior, Marcus Stifler.
Bow, you already know my name. You know, you already know how I give it up, man.
And if you hear that sound, it means it's time for you to prepare to possibly lose your woman.
Yeah, you let this lose your woman shit in comedy.
He's being humble right now, but that's what he does. So look out. But on a serious note, we're here to talk about how to protect yourself from the accusations of women. And just so you guys know, my guy Marcus Stifler is wait, let me not butcher this again. Tell them what you do, what kind of work you do outside of comedy and everything.
I'm just a therapist, you know. Do a little bit of therapy here and there, that's all.
He is a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be fooled by the Stifler ways of American Pie activities. He's a smart guy with a master's degree and he gets busy. So what we're gonna do today...
You's a fool, man. You's a fool.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we're gonna talk about, Stifler, man. You got guys out here getting got. They're being accused of all sorts of things. Now, this is not to downplay the real events that take place. And some guys are creeps and need to be dealt with. But we're talking about accusations, We're talking about the guys who didn't deserve to be accused and were lied on and were manipulated and gaslit to do something crazy, but they didn't really go all the way, but the girls might have told the cops that they did.
Yo, listen, you know some funny shit. There's like so many ways of trying to just protect yourself when it comes to women. Like, I know, like, back in my days and shit, come clean with you, I used to send out text messages to my dogs to let them know where I'm at and who I'm with, just in case they don't hear from me for too long. You feel what I'm saying? like I used to just, because I never really trust no female. You get what I'm saying? To the point to where it was like, I would be naive to just like let all my guards down when it came to them. I was definitely always aware that, in a New York second, shit could always go left. But also, when you talk about, protecting yourself, man, with stuff, you gotta make sure, like, I look at it like this. You gotta make sure that, you got text message proof to also show that you was not this kind of person that this girl is out here to make you seem like. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, what about this, right? Let's say, a lot of people, they like to go out of town, Miami, LA, wherever, Atlanta, and they get with a little thing for the night, right? So, they at the party, a life I never lived. I'm not that party guy, but I know that a lot of guys like doing that shit, bringing girls back to the hotel, getting them drunk. Now, if a guy is going to get a girl drunk and deal with her that way, right? What do you think he should do? Or do you think that they should just not even mess with that?
Well, listen. First and foremost, let me say, because, this women's right and empowerment shit that's going on out here, you let it make sure that we are not for any rapey behavior. You feel me? Let's let that be known off rip. Now, here we go. You said a dude that want to bring a girl home, and because we're going to talk in a sense of some, like, just like how black people 9 times out of 10 from the area where we from would normally get down. I'm talking about from the sense of, all right, how can you protect yourself? I would say this, yo. Get yourself drunk first. As well. Listen, I know this sounds funny as shit that I'm saying, but I'm saying real shit right now.
Right.
Listen, if if y'all both drunk, this is what I learned in high school or whatever the case is in class. This was like some shit in class, because you know what I'm saying. They was letting it be known that behavior is actually some like illegal shit. I never knew that shit.
Wait, what's illegal?
Like, you know, if you talk to a girl that's drunk or whatever the case may be, and you guys may have sex or some shit like that, like she could possibly view that as rape. I'm thinking like, but what if she wants that? Isn't that what she wants? Like, but either way, they make it seem like it's some shit that like a nigga might be preying on a female or whatever the case is, and that could possibly be the case. I'm not saying that that's unforeseeable, but 9 times out of 10, you go to the club. That's how like normal one night stands even pop off. You get what I'm saying to you? She's drunk, he's drunk, or if she's drunk and she's all up on this man, and she wants this man. 9 times it'll go down. I don't necessarily know a drunk nigga going up on a girl and her probably taking him down unless she wants to take him down. But either way, to answer your question, I would say, yo, make sure you yourself is drunk as well, or you had some alcohol in your system. So if ever she does say something, you could say, yo, I was just as tipsy as her, and we ended up just having a drunk confrontation. No one had more power or more sense than the other.
Now, when you say confrontation, what do you mean?
When I say confrontation, I meant more so like in that moment, like.
I think you meant just a regular situation, a night of passion, as Tory Lanez would say, right? A night of passion.
Like a confrontation is just a link up or a vibe. When you're vibing with that person, let's not say like, because if she's drunk, right? Let's just say if she's drunk and you're not drunk or whatever the case may be, and it now feels like you're the one with sense. You should back up off this girl, like you feel what I'm saying? Which people have a right to saying. Now, if you as drunk as her and she's drunk as you or whatever the case is, y'all both been drinking and y'all vibing, this is just how y'all vibe out. This is what happened when 2 people was drinking and they was feeling each other. You see what I'm saying? Right. That helps save you from an accusation of being called a fucking rapist. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And once again, let that be known that on this microphone, me and you is against all rape vibes.
Facts. Of course. But you check this out, right? What about domestic violence accusations? Let's say, you know, a guy and a woman, they get into it. The woman's a little bit too aggressive and she wants to start breaking things. Obviously, the thing that they should always do is record so that you got proof, right? But you have any advice for people in those situations? Might be a good guy. You might have crossed the line. She might have crossed the line. Either way, it doesn't matter what the issue is. All you know is this girl is spazzing out and she has the upper hand. What should you do in that moment while she's spazzing out?
Listen to me, man. This is no longer a man's world. This is a woman's world. I've been telling people this shit from like the last fucking set of time. Like, women control this motherfucker, and especially they got the law on their side. And when I say that, I mean that. Like, at the end of the day, a nigga is guilty until proven innocent when it comes to domestic violence. That's how I look at it. And there's been situations in the past where, you know, you almost got into physical confrontation with your significant other. And I'll be honest with you, I always just catch myself last second before fucking like wanting to really twist the fucking neck off or anything like that. And like for me, it's like, walk the fuck away. Like always knowing that I have something to lose always lets me know that, yo, I ain't for all that shit. And I'm not going to throw away myself over some bullshit that is really temporary. Because 9 times out of 10, the emotion be temporary or be over some bullshit. But people really do know how to piss people off. Once again, I ain't for no domestic violence. I'm letting that out there. I'm putting that out there. You know, growing up, I was always taught, in a sense, if a girl was swinging on you, you feel me, you could like straight like shove her, but not with your like push, not like a push shove, but like with like a forearm, like yo, nudge her off you, like yo, get off of me, like stop that, like you feel me, like that's how I would normally 9 times out of 10 deal with a female trying to put her hands on a nigga, and I walk away, man, because at the end of the day, I ain't got nothing that I mean, I got a lot to lose, and I ain't got no time to give motherfucking the law behind no fucking bars. Word.
Straight up and down. Now, I got a question now. See, Johnny Depp, I don't know too much about the case, but I do know that a lot of people are saying that this girl's flat out lying, right? And
Okay.
I'm hearing crazy stories that like, apparently, allegedly she would tell this guy when he comes home, she takes off his boots or his shoes or whatever, right? And I'm hearing the story that like every day he would come home, she would untie his shoes and take them off for him and rub his feet, right? And one day he came home and took off his own shoes and she started flipping and said, "That's my fucking job. Only I do that." Which, on the immature side, you might think, damn, that sounds like a girl I want to keep, right? But in all actuality, this girl's batshit crazy, right? When you start noticing patterns.
Are you serious right now? Or are you joking?
No, I'm dead serious, bro. These are stories that were reported.
So Shorty spazzed out over the fact that this man. See, this is what I try to tell people, that women are crazy, and they've been crazy. They've been fucking crazy from the start of time. Oh my God. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying.
Don't even let me go.
No, it's all good. I'm just saying. So, like, you hear these stories, right, that she allegedly would say, "Only I can take off your shoes, blah, blah, blah. Don't do that." And she just was really jealous that way, right? So let me ask you this, right? From a therapist's point of view, a man's dealing with the girl, he starts noticing certain actions from her, right? Like, he might tell her, "Hey, I'm at work, or I'm on a job." He might be whatever. "I just ate," and she's like, "Oh, so you ate without me?" He's like, "Yeah, it's lunchtime. I'm not gonna see you till later." And then she just started one wording him like, "Okay, whatever. Okay, so you ate without me." Just crazy shit. Like, obviously, do you want that man to starve? What the fuck? So when you start noticing things like that from a therapist's point of view, right? What you think they should do?
You see, well, when you ask me that question, I always take the standpoint on, I never really give a person a direction to take. I try to just help them realize what it is that is going on and make them decide on their own what it is that they want to do. But in the instance of which I could say for myself, if I had a dependent personality type person that I was dealing with, I would have to cut them loose, because I know for myself, I like being able to do a little bit of things for myself. You feel me? And it's unfortunate that this woman, like, at the end of the day, this is how this whole allegation starts, and legality and problems and all this shit occurs, is because a woman is heartbroken by the simple fact she depends on the thrill of taking off taking off her man's shoes. It's like, lady, if that makes sense, why don't you go find something else to do? Like, why don't you go create a doll that you could take off the shoes for? Like, if that's really what's going on. And I can't believe that's even the fucking case, like, to be honest with you. If that's really, like, that right there is just so batshit crazy that I just can't even believe somebody would go through that. And to be honest with you, if I personally, I wouldn't even be with a girl like that. That's just me personally. Because that lets me know that you have the ability to possibly one day poison me.
Right. So when they start noticing little actions like that, they should just go running for the hills, right?
Well, I would go running for the hills. I'm not saying what they should do, but if they are persons that I think I'm an intelligent person, if they're persons who I feel is intelligent, they would yes, like you just said, go running for the hills. Yes.
Straight up and down.
Yes.
Go running for the hills. So we just covered accusations of domestic violence. We just covered accusations of crazy behaviors. One last thing, Wolfpack. When a woman is in a guy's face calling him the worst things that she could think of with her tongue, just straight nastiness, right? In his face. Give him one piece of advice that he should do to not ruin his life in that temptation? Go ahead.
She's saying all kinds of gangster shit to me, and what can
She's
I
calling
say?
you the worst things that a man would want to be called. Blatantly, in your face. What are you gonna do? Not what are you gonna do. Give these guys advice to handle it the right way.
Yo, you know the funny thing is, Black Rose, yo, what the fuck? I'm trying to think. If a girl is in my face right now, hot ass breath, popping smack, yo, it's so easy to tell a person to walk away. Especially if, you know, the person hasn't, like, the girl hasn't hit the person or anything like that. But one thing I've learned, though, is I like to match fire with fire sometimes, depending on how I'm viewing the situation. If it's one where this is going to definitely end up in blows, I'm going to probably just walk away from the situation and not really antagonize. But if it's one in which I just see that you're angry and you're popping shit and you trying to say some hurtful shit, best believe I could say some hurtful shit back to you. And I'm going to let you know that I've more than likely fucked your mama. Some extra other shit. So, you know, it is what it is. You feel me? Words is words, baby. I could definitely play with words, but I'm not gonna play with the see. That's what I said. The whole putting your hands on thing, it turns that dynamic into something else. But I'll always try to listen to me, man. How you protect yourself? Walk the fuck away. Listen to me, man. If we haven't seen anything, we've seen it all. At the end of the day, when it comes to domestic violence, especially with these football players, especially with these black men, you are guilty until proven innocent. And the type of backlash that you get and financial losses that you will sustain will be detrimental. So I just try to tell you, man, keep that in the back of your mind, man. Right when you're about to fucking twist her neck and fucking chop up her body, yo, just remember that, yo, all that shit is not even worth it, B. Real talk.
Straight up and down, man. That's words from the wolf.